Hi, welcome to Hope in the Light of Suicide on Memorial Day weekend. We're glad that you're here with us. We're going to have a little bit of a different kind of show today, which is good. It's good and it's happy and it's going to be helpful. But first, let's take care of our business stuff. We want to thank our producer, John Gaston with Area 52 Media Group. We wouldn't be here without him. So if you want to do your own show, please contact Area 52 Media Group. You can have any kind of show you want, pretty much. And he's really great to work with, believe me. Also, our sponsors, Dylan Gaston with the mortgage firm, Anything Mortgages. From what I'm hearing, it's really crazy out there. I do see a lot of homes for sale in our area. I don't know what's going on. I couldn't understand it, but she can, and she can help you out, walk you through the whole process, and just make your life a little bit easier. Buying a home, refinancing, or whatever, it's a really big deal. So you really want someone you can trust. I trust her. And Tammy White Galleries and Custom Framing. Anything framing, art. Also, all these sponsors and our producer also support Art for Hope, which will be coming up. And we'll start pushing that probably next week. But because this week we had like some really exciting things going on that I want to share with you. So throughout the summer, we still have our support groups. The next one for Spring Hill is June 10th at the NAMI Hernando office, and the Newport Richie group will meet on June 18th at the Oasis Coffee Spot in the bookstore. 6:30, both groups meet at 6:30 p.m. You don't have to register. Just show up. It's a safe place to talk. Everybody there, including the facilitators, they know what you're going through because they've gone through it. They're both peer-to-peer support groups, and what we talk about stays there. So it's a very supportive environment to discuss, what you're feeling, what you're going through. Everybody is at different stages in the journey, and it's amazing how everybody helps each other out on their journey. It's amazing how cohesive it has become. So also we're at the end of May, but it is Mental Health Awareness Month. There's been a lot of stuff going on for Mental Health Awareness Month, especially with Pasco County Parks and Rec. They still have a few. I have to look at my thing because there's still a few things going on. There we go. I can see that. We this past week had the Squash thing, and that's what I'm going to talk about today. But there's still going to be, let's see, May 22nd, May 3rd, Bark and Breathe Puppy Meditation, the Splash the Stigma movie at Dade City Splash Pad. And then on the 30th, there's another movie thing. So there's still some things happening this next week as we wrap up May for Mental Health Awareness Month. Pasco County Parks and Rec has done an awesome job this month with all their events that they've had going on. And we're really proud to be a part of that. My gals, Kim and Deanna, are awesome. They've really put together over these last 5 years really great programs for Mental Health Awareness Month and spreading it across our county, because like I've said so many times, our county is ginormous, and it's nice to have things on the east side and the west side, because a lot of times the west side has more things going on. So we've got great spaces over on the east side. There's and I can't remember what she said it was. There's something else going on that they're going to do next month with the Lacucci River State Park on the east side of the county is a really awesome park, and that's where they have where they had the walk, run, stomp out suicide, and I'll have to find out what it was. We talked about it the other day. So now, fun stuff. So this past week, with Parks and Rec, we have a park, JP Starkey Wilderness Park, and they opened up a new trail. Actually, they revised a trail and opened it up this week. It is the Sasquatch Trail, and it's sponsored by NAMI Pasco. There's several other local sponsors, of course, Parks and Rec, but they put these new signs out, and so when you go on the trail, you can't get lost. And all this, the signs they have, all these helpful hints on wellness, and it's like the trail is like maybe a mile, a little bit less than a mile, and it's a really nice trail. It's easy to walk. You could even walk it barefoot if you wanted to, really connect with the earth. But they have all these signs that they put up. That's the beginning of the trail. Tells you which way to go. And then throughout the trail, they have these other signs, like this one here. I have to look. I know I'm supposed to look that way, but I got to look this way. Look, what do you notice? Plants, colors, Bigfoot, perhaps? And these are scattered throughout the trails, and they tell you you're going the right way. Just all these signs. I have like a ton of these. I took pictures of almost every single sign. And here's one. Listen, what is the furthest thing away that you can hear? Trace it back to the rhythm of your breath. A lot of these signs, they're like mindfulness things that help you, as you're going on a walk, because they don't want you to just let's just walk the trail and get from the start to the finish. They want you to just take your time, take in the outdoors. So many times, and this is a really big problem, especially with kids these days, and quite frankly, everybody. We're too toned into work, getting to and from one place to the other as soon as we can. Screen time. I mean, it's crazy, and it is driving everybody crazy. We need to get away from that and get back to the environment, get back to nature, get back to the outdoors. I find myself, and this park, Bobby and I used to ride our bikes out there a lot. There's a bike trail in which they've even extended the bike trail since. I think they extended it probably just after he had passed away. So the trail that we would go, the initial first part of the trail, is like 3.5 miles out, and then we'd turn around and come out 3.5 miles back. And some people ride their bikes out on that trail. That's a paved surface. The Sasquatch Trail is not a paved surface. We would ride our bikes out there. Some people walk it. If they need stable footing, it's a good walk. And also along that trail, and I'm going to do a piece on that. I'm going to see if I can maybe do it next week, maybe the week after. A friend of mine on that particular trail, a friend of mine has a nonprofit called Investigation Station. And along that trail, I don't know if it goes all the way out the 3.5 miles. I'll have to check. But they have put signs out there like what we have on the Sasquatch thing, but different. It's the solar system. And those signs, it tells you like how far the planet is from, Earth. It tells you how to how to calculate your weight on whatever planet it is. It's really cool. I'm gonna do a piece on that because it, all these things, the solar system walk and the Sasquatch Trail, is getting out into our environment and getting away from all these electronics, these crazy demands of the world. I'm super fortunate because I can go out there to the park because it's really close to where I live, but my property is very similar to that type of environment. Um, and so when I'm outside here at home, a lot of the times, if I'm not working, I'm in that kind of environment, and it helps calm your mind, getting away from the hustle and the bustle. Last night I had Rotary last night, and I had told them about this new trail, and sometimes I don't even like to go outside of my gates to go and do some of the things out there that I have to do. Um, just because it's craziness. You can't I can't drive um a half a mile without somebody in a vehicle doing something stupid, and you just gotta take a breath, and it's just like, oh, it's just so much calmer in a natural environment. Um, this is good. This is actually right, John. I think that's an 8 foot cutout of the Sasquatch. So it's like to real size of what everybody thinks that the Sasquatch is. And so we had our pictures taken there. That's along the trail, along with the other signs. So it's really fun and it makes you think. And just being out there in the woods. You see the T-shirt that I have on? John sent that down. It is. You can't really see it as you can see it better there in that picture. That's all of us that went on the trail together. But my T-shirt says "Eat Local" and it's a Sasquatch chasing a guy on a tractor. I think it's funny. My neighbor, she didn't get it, but I thought it was funny. But a couple of the guys that are in that picture, where's the other? Oh, the two on the lower on my right. They are um, they are Sasquatch guys that my producer John sent to come in and play with us in the woods. Sasquatch in Florida. Ryan and Mike. They're big Sasquatch people. Um, they were super, super nice and a lot of fun. Um, it was it was just like a nice, cool walk, just talking and talking about the benefits of being out in the woods, in the natural environment. I'm glad it was a small group. And Kim, my gal Kim, where is she? She's in the back there with the green sunglasses from Parks and Rec. And the girl way on the left, she's from Parks and Rec. She's real nice too. I don't remember her name, but I'll have to get it. I talked with her when we did the Stomp Out Suicide. So that's what it's like out there in the woods. It is so cool, and it is so close to all of us who live on the west side of the county, and really, with the Lacucci River Park is a lot like over here. They're they're different, but they're similar. You know, really cool. So it was really um, it really lifted my spirits. The last few weeks has been really, really hard, and I could feel myself getting into a deep depression for several days, and I think maybe it was, coming off, the anniversary of losing Bobby and doing all that stuff. And then I had a friend who was a friend of many of us in the community, lost her battle with cancer. And then the day after that, another friend of mine lost her husband just like the day after he went into hospice. And there was just so much hard emotions and energy. It was so nice to get out there. And I've been trying and trying to get into the right frame and get back to the happiness and the lightness that I really like, that is oftentimes hard to get to and to stay in. And one of the things that I was really, really trying to do this past since the beginning of this year, actually, was to get our house painted. Now, mind you, 4 or 5 years ago, I did one end of the house, and I probably talked about it back then. It's the end of our house where the bedrooms are that had never been painted, because every time Bobby and I would paint the house, we'd start at the front and work our way all the way around, and by the time we got to that section, we were just burnt out. So I painted that end of the house, and then that's all I did. And I've had this 5 gallons of paint probably since then, and, I just couldn't, I don't know, even no matter how much I wanted to do it, I just couldn't get motivated, I guess. So, this week, actually this past weekend before, and of course I did it started on a Sunday, I started painting the house. And I'm outside. And it might sound really kind of weird, and I'm not spray painting the house. I am painting it by hand, brush and roller. That's how Bobby and I would always do it. But I started it. And it made me feel so much better. It's a huge project for one person, but I know I can do it. And when I did a section in the front, because now that's a section that most people see, there's 2 sides that most people see. It just made me feel so much better. I'm outside, I'm accomplishing something, and then taking the time to go out to the park and spend time out there in the wilderness with other people. We're all kind of out there for the same reasons. It was just, it was really nice and refreshing, and it really helped me internally just lift my spirits, get me out of that funk. And now the funny thing is, all I want to do is paint my house. So I don't even want to work. I have to work, uh, mind you. I'm getting my work done, but like this morning, I got up at 7:30 because it's nice in the morning at that hour, in the early morning, and the sun isn't on that side of the house. In the afternoon, that's when the sun gets there. So early morning, painting, take a break, do the business stuff, work, and then by the time it's almost just about sunset, I can probably get another hour, maybe hour and a half if I use my, um, which I did last night when I came home from Rotary. I have like one of those headband lights on it. I had to use that to finish up to get a little bit further than what I wanted to do. But again, I'm outside. Granted, I'm working and I'm painting, but it's something that I really want to do. And I'm going to feel so much better because I'm accomplishing something that I've wanted to do. Yeah, it's not easy, but hey, um, in the morning, coffee and the quiet and painting the house is nice outside. In the evening, maybe a drink and some music and painting. It it has helped, at least right now. And that's all you got to think about is right now. What's going to help you and lift your spirits? Um, I'm going to go back out to the park, um, and I'm going to do the walk barefoot. I think There's a thing about, connecting with the earth. And this is kind of our quote too, but I really like this. And it looks like, Florida. I'm going to pull this up so I can look at it closer if I can. Come on. Um, this is really good. The benefits of walking in nature and mental health. And that's what our trail looks like. It reduces stress. Nature walks lowers cortisol levels, helping you feel calmer and more relaxed. It boosts your mood. That I can tell you, that's for sure. Exposure to natural environments increases positive feelings and reduces symptoms of anxiety and depression. And seriously, that has really helped me in the last week. Enhances mental clarity. Walking in nature can improve focus, creativity, and cognitive function. We got to get away from those screens, people. Supports emotional well being. Time in nature promotes a sense of peace, perspective, and emotional balance. And yeah, I can do this out at the park, but I can also do this on my property. If you saw what it looked like right now, it, in areas it can look like a forest. Encourages mindfulness. Being outdoors helps you stay present and connected to the moment. So often we're all thinking about, oh, what had just happened? How could we do things differently? Or, oh, goodness, I have got this to do and I've got that to do and this is coming up. And your mind just, it doesn't stop. We need to slow our brain down, improve sleep, physical activity in nature in natural settings supports deeper, more restorative sleep. In just 20 to 30 minutes of walking in nature can uplift your mind and improve your overall mental health. And there's a quote there by John Muir. In every walk with nature, one receives far more than one seeks. Just go out and walk and be present. Be present in the moment. Take the time. Even just go out and sit. We did a vision board thing. It's different than what you kind of think of naturally as a vision board thing, but the gal that was that we were doing this thing at Rotary last night, she said one of the things that we were doing, it wasn't like what you want and what you get, it's the feelings. And so we did an exercise and she said, just sit in silence for 1 minute. Just 1 minute. And so we did. And so then she asked people at our group what happened with them during that 1 minute. And some of them said, oh, it was forever. And oh, I just kept thinking of all these other things. My mind wouldn't stop. And that's what happens so often with people, more often than not. And we need to slow down. Go out to your local parks. Go out to the forest. Go to a lake. Just sit and quiet. Don't bring your cell phones. You don't need those electronics. Well, some of the trails out in Starkey Park, you might need to bring them because you might get lost. But this trail, you won't. But that's the only thing you use it for. Or taking pictures. I take pictures. No other screen time. But that's what we got to do. Our world is so crazy and we are so bombarded. And it's not just our children and young adults and teenagers. It's the adults. And we're the ones that need to set examples too for the young people. If your children are watching you on your screens all the time, how does it make sense that they're not going to do it or they can't do it? You got to set an example. Um, I know them, my nephew and his wife, Mike and Amy. They have been so great with my nieces. Um, they they don't have that much screen time. They spend time with their kids. They take them out to softball games and softball tournaments. They're always doing something. Um, that's what we need. That's what we need more of. Uh, Sometimes I wish that there was no Facebook. There was, some of this craziness that's going on, because it's happened so fast. Nobody knows how to handle it and how to handle it properly. It's just we're in a world that's moving too fast, and there's not enough to say, hey, let's just stop and chill. Stop and chill. So that's what I want. I want you guys to do this weekend, Memorial Day weekend. You got an extra day. Go outside. Check out your parks, maybe someplace that you've never been to. Go by yourself. Gather up a bunch of friends. Go with your family. In the next, it's hot here during the summertime, so I don't know if we'll be able to do it. We went out at 10 o'clock the other day, and it was a little warm, but so and somebody's at Rotary says, "Oh, do it at 7 o'clock in the morning." I don't want to go out and walk at 7 o'clock in the morning right now. So in the fall, I'm gonna get a group of people together, maybe from our support groups, our walks. Oh, that's one thing I forgot. Awesome! I get to finally announce we had our set meeting with the city of Newport Richey for our Pasco Walk for Hope. We had it Tuesday. I got notification Wednesday that we are permitted, so now I can talk about it. We can get things rolling. Pasco Walk for Hope is going to be at Sims Park again this year, November 7th. I contacted my guy who does all of our flyers and all that. So as soon as we get that, by the end of the month, I think we're going to go ahead and open up early registration. So I am so excited about that. It is our second annual Pasco Walk for Hope. So again, please put these numbers in your phone, memorize them, 988. You could be the one to help someone. Go for a walk. Enjoy the outdoors. Just remember, there is always hope. Thanks for joining us.